Hello and welcome to 1969 Baseball. The Cubs are continuing this 4-game series in San Diego and riding a 5-game winning streak as they continue to try to climb in the standings in the National League East. Today's game against San Diego is going to feature Cub pitcher Dick Bates. He is making his first appearance of the season for the Cubs. The Cubs lineup today will be Gosger, Beckert, Williams, Santo, Blomberg, Hundley, Banks, Kessinger, and the pitcher Bates batting ninth. The Padres are going to send Larry Gura out to the mound. The lefty Gura is making start number 6. He's 0-2 with an ERA of 6.06 and a whip of 165. The Padres lineup will be Brown, Gonzalez, Colbert, Pagan, Pena, Davenon, Satriano, Stahl, and Gura batting ninth. It is a beautiful 70 degrees today in San Diego with the wind blowing left to right at 6 mph. And it is time to get this game underway. The Padres are taking the field, and we are going to see the Cubs sending Jim Gosger up to the mound, up to the plate, to face the pitcher Gura, who is on the mound for today's start. So, Gosger stepping up to the plate, Gura working. The Cubs are in 5th place with a record of 20-23, while the Padres are last place in the West with a record of 7-36. Padres really struggling in this expansion season so far. Now, a full count pitch with Gura on the mound and Gosger standing in at the plate. And here it comes. And Gosger takes strike 3 looking. So he heads back to the dugout, first out of the ballgame. Next up, Glenn Beckert. 1 out, nobody on. 1 strike count. Beckert waiting for the pitch. There's a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop has it. Throws over to first. That's going to be out number 2. Next up is Billy Williams with 2 outs and nobody on. Gura facing Williams with a 1 strike count. Gura delivering the pitch. And that's a liner into left field. Long run for the left fielder Stahl, but he makes the catch to end the inning. Williams really hit that one hard, but Stahl was able to get there in time to make the play. So we go to the bottom of the first of a scoreless ball game. Brown facing Bates here in the bottom of the first inning. Bates working with a 1-ball count. Here is the pitch. A liner into center field. Going back is Gosger. That's over his head and off the wall. Going to be a leadoff extra base hit as the throw comes back into the second baseman. It is late, and the leadoff hitter Brown has an just a double. He's in scoring position as Tony Gonzalez comes up. Nobody out, 1 man on. Bates working with a 3-1 count, and that is inside for ball 4. The batter is walked, which puts runners on first and second, and it, in fact, brings the double play in order. So Colbert now the batter. Nobody out, 2 men on. Bates working with a 1 strike count. Here is the pitch. And a drive into center field. This one going back again. 1 hop to the wall. This is going to drive in some runs. The throw comes back into the cutoff man. The runner Brown scores from second. And the Padres have taken a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. So an RBI double for Colbert brings up Pagan with nobody out, runners on second and third. And I believe Bates is kind of struggling here. He has not yet recorded an out in the bottom of the first. But we're not going to intentionally walk this guy. We'll pitch to Pagan. Here's the first pitch, and he's going to line that one down the left field line. That's going to drive in 2 runs. Billy Williams chasing down into the corner. That's going to be an RBI double for Pagan as he drives in 2, giving the Padres a 3-0 lead. Still no outs recorded here in the first inning. And the next man up will be Pena. Nobody out, 1 man on. Here's the 1 strike pitch to Pena as Bates delivers. And a grounder back up the middle. Kessinger has it. He throws over to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So Pena is retired, bringing up Davenon. 1 out, runner on third. Pagan advancing on the fielder's choice. Here's the first pitch to Davenon. And he's going to ground that one to second. The Cubs are going to concede the run, taking the sure out at first. and making this a 4-0 game in favor of the Padres. There are now 2 outs and nobody on, and Satriano is the batter. Satriano facing Bates. Here is the first pitch, and he pops that one up behind shortstop. Kessinger going back into short left field. He'll make the catch to end the inning. So the Padres score 4 times and take a 4-0 lead into the top of the second inning. Ron Santo now going to lead off against Larry Gura here in the top of the second. Full count. Gura delivering. That is inside for ball 4. Santo draws the leadoff walk. And next up is Blomberg. The lefty Blomberg facing the lefty Gura. With nobody out, 1 man on here in the top of the second inning. 1-2 is the count. And Blomberg is going to swing and miss for strike 3. So that'll be the first out of the inning. Second strikeout of the day for Gura. And it brings up Randy Hundley. 1 out, 1 man on. 2-1 is the count. And Hundley's going to knock that one right up the middle for a base hit. Santo rounding second and stopping. And now the Cubs have first and second with 1 out. And the next batter is Ernie Banks. Banks facing Gura here in the top of the second inning. 2 men on, 1 out. Banks waiting for the first pitch from Gura. And a pop-up to center. Coming in as the center fielder. Not particularly deep. He makes the catch for out number 2. And that will bring up Don Kessinger. 2 outs, 2 men on. Kessinger trying to help the Cubs break through here in the top of the second inning. 2-1 is the count. Kessinger waiting. And a liner into the gap in right center field. That's going to drive in a run. Kessinger heading for extra bases. He heads into second where he will round second and stop. 2 runs will score. And the Padres' lead is cut in half as Kessinger has an RBI double. And it is a 4-2 ball game. Next up is the pitcher Bates with 2 outs and a runner on second. Bates waiting for the first pitch, and Gura gets a ground ball over to second. The throw goes to first, and that'll retire the side. The Cubs score twice, making this a 4-2 ball game in favor of the Padres. Bates now facing Stahl here in the bottom of the second inning. 2-2 count, and Stahl grounds it to third. Santo has the hot shot. He throws over to first, and that's out number 1. The pitcher Gura now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch to Gura. And he swings and misses for strike 3 at the curveball. So Bates now facing Brown with 2 outs and nobody on. A 1-ball count. Bates delivering and a pop-up to center. Coming in is Gosger. He has a long run, but he's going to make the catch in short center field to end the inning. So the Padres retired in order. We go to the top of the third of a 4-2 ball game. And now Gosger leading off for the Cubs in the top of the third. Full count. And Gosger swings and misses for strike 3. First out of the inning. Third strikeout of the day for Gura. It brings up Glenn Beckert. 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Glenn Beckert. That is inside for ball 4, and Beckert draws the walk, which will bring up Billy Williams. With 1 out and a runner on first. Cubs down by 2. Here's the first pitch to Billy Williams. And a drive deep right field. I believe that's just tied up the ball game. Billy Williams with a 2-run home run down the right field line. And we're all tied up at 4 here in San Diego. Nice piece of hitting right there by Billy Williams. 386 feet down the right field line. And he really turned on that fastball. So now Ron Santo is the batter. Brand new ball game, all tied up at 4. Santo facing Gura with a 1-strike count. Here's the pitch. Santo drives that one in the gap in left center field. 1 hop to the wall. Santo's going for extra bases. He rounds first, heading for second. He is going to have a stand-up double with 1 out in the top of the third inning. Next up is the batter Blomberg with 1 out, 1 man on. Cubs threatening to take the lead here in the top of the third. 2-strike count. Blomberg, and the ball gets away. That is going to be a wild pitch, and Santo advances to third. So now the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Blomberg waiting for the 1-2 pitch. And that is strike 3 called. So Blomberg can't get the bat off his shoulder for the curveball. And next up is Randy Hundley. He's 1 for 1 today. Facing Gura with Santo on third and 2 outs. Here's the 2-strike pitch and a grounder over to third. The third baseman picks it up. He throws to first, and that will end the inning. The Cubs score twice. They strand a runner. We are going to the bottom of the third inning of a 4-4 tie. Bates facing Gonzalez here in the bottom of the third inning. Bates working with a full count. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's the first out of the inning. And the second strikeout for Bates. Next up is Colbert. 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Bates delivering the pitch. And a ground ball to short. Kessinger has it. He throws over to first. That is going to be out number 2. Pagan now the batter. 2 outs and nobody on. 3-0 pitch. Pagan checking the check swing. And ball 4 is called. So he draws the 2-out walk, which brings up Pena. 2 outs, 1 man on. 1 strike pitch to Pena. And a ground ball up the middle. That's another base hit. So the Padres now threatening with first and second and 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Davenon is the next batter. He is 0 for 1 with an RBI in this game. Bates facing Davenon. 2 outs. 2 strike count. Here's the pitch. And a grounder past the third baseman into left field. Is this going to drive in the run? Williams' throw comes home. The runner comes home. The slide, and he is safe at home. So the run-scoring single gives the Padres a 5-4 lead. And now Satriano is the batter. 2 outs, 2 men on. Bates facing Satriano. Here's the first pitch. And a fly ball into center. Long run for Gosger. He dives and he makes the catch. And that saves a run right there. Nice defensive play by Gosger to end the inning. So we go to the top of the fourth now of a 5-4 ball game. Gura facing Banks here in the top of the fourth inning. The pitcher's spot is due up third. 1-2 is the count. Banks waiting for the pitch. And a pop-up deep left field going back toward the wall is the left fielder. He looks up and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Don Kessinger now the batter. 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs. He comes up with 1 out, nobody on base. Here is the pitch to Kessinger. And he's going to line that one down the right field line. That'll be extra bases. Kessinger rounding first, heading for second. He is going to have a stand-up double with 1 out in the top of the fourth inning. Next up is going to be the pitcher Bates. And he is going to be asked to lay down the sacrifice. So, here is the pitch. He lays down the bunt right back at the pitcher. The throw goes over to first, and that is going to be out number 2. The runner, Kessinger, advances to third, and now Gosger is the batter. With 2 outs and the runner on third. Kessinger representing the tying run. Here's a 1-ball count. And Gosger is going to loop that one over the first baseman's head, which will drive in the run. Stopping at first with a single is an RBI Gosger, and that will tie up the ball game at 5. Glenn Beckert now the batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. 1-ball count, and Beckert grounds it over to third. The third baseman picks it up, throws over to first, and that will end the inning. The Cubs score again. We have a tie ball game at 5 going in the bottom of the fourth inning. Bates now facing Stahl in the bottom of the fourth. Full count pitch. Here it comes. And ball 4 is issued, so Bates gives up his third walk of the ball game. Next up is the pinch hitter Ferrara for the pitcher. Ferrara batting from the right side against the righty Bates here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Grounder up the middle. Kessinger has it. Flips to Beckert. Relay to Banks, and that is a 6-4-3 double play. So now the Padres have 2 outs and nobody on, and the right fielder Brown is the next batter. Bates facing Brown with 2 outs, nobody on base, 1-1 count. And there's a drive deep left field. This is going to untie the ball game again. Brown hits a solo home run, which makes this a 6-5 ball game in the bottom of the fourth. So Bates gives up the lead once again, and now Gonzalez is the batter. 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the first pitch to Tony Gonzalez. And a grounder over toward the mound. The pitcher picks it up. He throws to first, but the throw is late, and that is going to be an infield single for Gonzalez. Next up is Colbert. 2 outs, 1 man on. 1 run already in. 2 strike count as Bates looks to deliver the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that will end the inning. Bates getting the strikeout. That's his 4th of the day. We go now to the top of the 5th of a 6-5 ball game. And Rehberger is the next pitcher for the Padres. He's thrown 23 1/3 innings, 20 walks, 15 strikeouts, and an 8.10 ERA. He's going to face Williams, Santo, and Blomberg here in the Cubs' half of the 5th inning. Williams leading off against Blomberg with an 0-2 count. Against Rehberger, with an 0-2 count. Here's the sign and the delivery. And Williams takes strike 3 on the curveball. Absolutely froze him with that beautiful curve. And now Santo is the batter. 1 out, nobody on. Santo waiting for the 1-2 pitch. Rehberger delivering. And a liner into center field. There's going to be room for him to get under this as the center fielder, Gonzalez, makes the catch for out number 2. Blomberg now the batter, 0 for 2 today. Coming up with 2 outs and nobody on. Rehberger working with a 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. And a ground ball to second. Picked up by Davenon, thrown over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order. We go down to the bottom of the 5th of a 6-5 ball game. Bates now facing Pagan here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bates really needs to get a 1-2-3 inning at some point. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and there's a drive, center field. Going back is Gosger toward the wall. The warning track, he makes the catch just short of the wall for out number 1. Pena now the batter, 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 1-2 pitch to Pena, and strike 3 is called. So Bates notching his 4th strikeout of the game. And it brings up Davenon. 2 outs, nobody on base. Here's a full count pitch to Davenon. And that is outside for ball 4. So Davenon draws the walk. It brings up Satriano. 2 outs, 1 man on. Bates struggling, issued 4 walks in this game. Here's a full count pitch to Bates. And here it comes. Grounder to first. Banks has it. He steps on the base to end the inning. So the Padres strand a runner. They do not score. We're going to the top of the 6th of a 6-5 ball game. The pitcher's spot is due up 4th. So we are going to warm up a reliever with the understanding that Bates probably isn't going back out for the 6th inning. We're going to warm up Diego Segui in this situation. Actually, we got a bunch of lefties coming up. It would make much more sense to warm up the lefty Jim Brewer. So, Hundley facing Rehberger, top of the 6th inning. 1-run Padres lead. Here's a 1-ball count. And Hundley is waiting for the pitch. And a ground ball up the middle. The shortstop has it. He throws over to first, and that is out number 1. Next up is Ernie Banks. 1 out. Nobody on base. Here's a full count pitch to Ernie Banks. And he's going to pop that one up in foul territory. The first baseman chasing toward the dugout, making the catch for out number 2. Next up, Don Kessinger. He is 2 for 2 today. Facing Rehberger from the left side. Here's the 1-ball count and the pitch to Kessinger. And a liner past the second baseman into right field. That is going to be a base hit for Kessinger as he stops at first with a single. The pitcher Bates now comes up, and this is where it's time to pinch hit with Wes Parker. Parker is, in fact, batting .278 with .357 OBP. The switch-hitting Parker going to step up from the left side against the righty Rehberger here in the top of the 6th inning with 2 outs and the tying run on first. Parker waiting for the full count pitch. Here it comes. And there's a grounder to first. Scooped up cleanly and stepping on the bag to end the inning is the first baseman Colbert. So the Cubs strand a runner. They do not score. We're going to the bottom of the 6th of a 6-5 ball game. And now Parker is going to stay in the game and play first. Brewer will be brought in to pitch to the 8, 9, and 1 batters in the Padres lineup. So Brewer coming out of the bullpen. He's thrown 20 1/3 innings, 12 walks, 16 strikeouts, and a .531 ERA. Brewer is going to face Stahl, the pitcher's spot, and then Brown here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 3-0 count. Brewer looking to deliver the pitch. And here it comes. That is outside for ball 4, and the leadoff walk is issued. So Stahl is over on first. He's actually pretty speedy. We got to pay attention to him. We are going to throw over to first and see if we can catch him sleeping. The dive, not in time. So, Brewer now pitching to Kelly. Here's the first pitch, and that is strike one with the fastball. We're going to throw over to first again, and we're going to say, oh, you dive back, safe. Okay. And now with a 1-strike count to Kelly, the pinch hitter, we're actually going to do a pitch out. So let's see what happens here. The pitch out, not going anywhere. All right. So that's ball one. Well, now we're just going to let him pitch. See what happens. 2-2 count and a swing and a miss for strike three. So Brewer records the strikeout, and Brown now is the batter. And we are going to warm up Segui, because he'll actually be coming in the next half inning anyway. Brewer says, I feel pretty good. We're going to throw over to first for another pickoff move, just to see if we can catch him sleeping. And Stahl gets back easily, didn't have much of a lead. So Brewer now facing Brown with a 1-2 count. And there's a grounder towards short, and it gets into left field. That's a base hit. So the throw goes down to third, and Brewer now has first and second with one out, and the lefty Gonzalez is the batter. With a runners on first and second, Brewer needs a double play to get out of this inning. Gonzalez now the batter. He is 1 for 2 today. Here's a 2-2 pitch, and Gonzalez swings and misses for strike three. So that is the second out of the inning, and Brewer would now have to face Colbert. However, we're going to bring in the righty Segui to face Colbert here in the bottom of the sixth. So Segui coming in as a replacement out of the bullpen on the mound. He has thrown 26 in the two-thirds innings, 16 walks, 23 strikeouts, and a 3.04 ERA. Segui facing Colbert with 2 outs, 2 men on in the bottom of the sixth. Full count. Here is the pitch. Segui delivering. And a swing and a miss for strike three, so he got the job done. The Padres strand 2. We go to the top of the 7th of a 6-5 ball game. And now Gosger is going to lead off against the new Padres pitcher, Tommy Sisk. Sisk has thrown 17 innings, walked 7, struck out 10, has a 4.76 ERA. He is going to face the top of the Cubs lineup in the top of the 7th inning. Sisk working. First pitch to Gosger. Here is the sign and the delivery. And a liner into left field. That's going to drop in for a leadoff single. Gosger rounding first and stopping as he has a base hit. Gosger definitely a threat to run. And now Glenn Beckert is the batter. Beckert facing Sisk with nobody out, runner on first. And we're going to be looking to steal a base right here. Let's do run and hit on the first pitch, see what happens. Here it goes. Swing and a miss. The throw goes down to second. And safe. Oh my, Gosger. I don't know how. He slid in under the tag, I suppose. So he's now 5 for 6 in stolen bases. He looked like he was dead to rights down at second. Satriano is pissed. He thought he had him thrown out. So Beckert now facing Sisk with a tying run in scoring position here in the top of the 7th inning. And Beckert now will be asked to lay... Well, no, he's just going to get to swing away. Here's the 2-strike count and a grounder to third. It gets by the third baseman in the left field. Gosger rounding third and heading home. This is going to be a tie ball game in the top of the 7th inning. RBI double for Glenn Beckert makes this a 6-6 contest. So the stolen base definitely pays off as the Cubs score the tying run. And now Billy Williams the batter. Nobody out, runner in scoring position. Sisk working to Williams with a 2-2 count. And Williams checks his swing, but he's rung up anyway. That is strike 3. So first out of the inning, first strikeout for Sisk, and it brings up Ron Santo. 1 out, 1 man on. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch to Santo. And he's going to ground it over to first. First baseman picks it up. He throws to the pitcher covering, and they get the fairly slow Santo on the play for out number 2. The runner Beckert advances to third, and now Blomberg is the batter with the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Blomberg facing Sisk with a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Blomberg pops it up to short center field. This is going to end the inning. The center fielder coming in. He'll make the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs score once. They tie the ball game. We go to the bottom of the 7th of a 6-6 contest. And now Segui is going to face Pagan, Pena, and Davenon here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Segui working with a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. And a liner into left field. That's going to be a leadoff single for the Padres as Pagan stops at first with a single. Pena now the batter. And do we need to be warming up another reliever? Probably. I think we need to warm up Meyer, actually. Is he... Ooh, no, he's not really very good. Can we warm up Hamilton? Yeah, we're going to warm up Hamilton. So we're going to warm up Hamilton. We're going to visit the mound. And he says, I've got plenty left in the tank. So Segui facing Pena. Nobody out. Go ahead runner on first. Here's a 2-2 count. And the pitch. And a liner to left field. That's another base hit. Billy Williams playing it on a hop and throwing it into third. So the Padres have the first 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hamilton is ready. So Segui is going to face Davenon. And then the lefty Satriano will face the lefty Hamilton after this at-bat. Unless the Cubs get a triple play, I suppose. So bottom of the 7th, Segui facing Davenon with a 1-strike count. Here is the pitch. And a grounder over to first. Banks has it. He throws to second. There is no relay to first, however. So the Cubs get an out on the fielder's choice. And now there's runners on the corners and 1 out. And now it is time to bring in the relief pitcher, Steve Hamilton. Now, the way this is going to work, Hamilton is going to come in and bat 5th as the pitcher. And Blatt, yes, Blatt plays an excellent right field. So he is going to bat 2nd in the next inning. All right, so the lefty Hamilton brought in to face the lefty Satriano here in the bottom of the 7th. With 1 out, runners on the corners, in a tie ball game. Hamilton needs a double play to get out of this inning. Here's a 3-1 count. Hamilton looking to deliver the pitch. And here it comes. And that is ball 4 inside. So now the bases are loaded. And Hamilton will face Stahl. With 1 out, bases loaded, a tie ball game in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hamilton working with a 1-ball count. And there's a grounder to short. The throw comes home. There is no relay to first, though. The Cubs can't turn the double play for the 2nd time in the inning. So the run does not score. The bases are still loaded, and there's 2 outs. And now Hamilton will work to the pinch hitter Spezio in the bottom of the 7th inning. Game is still tied. Hamilton trying to escape this jam. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch. And a grounder to short. Kessinger has it. He throws to second, which will end the inning. So Hamilton escapes the jam. We go to the top of the 8th. The bases are left loaded. And the Padres and Cubs are tied at 6. Randy Hundley is going to lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 8th inning against Jack Baldschun. The reliever Baldschun has thrown 19 2/3 innings, 15 walks, 13 strikeouts, and a 7.78 ERA. Hundley facing Baldschun with a full count. Here comes the pitch to Hundley. He's looking for the sign, and here's the delivery. And a grounder over to first. That looked like ball 4, but he swung at it, and Hundley grounds out 3-1 for the first out of the inning. Rick Blatt is the next batter. He is 5 for 14 on the season. He came in on the double switch. Here's a 1-2 pitch, and Blatt grounds it to first. Same exact play, the flip to the pitcher covering, and that's going to be out number 2. So next up is Don Kessinger. He is 3 for 3 on the day. Coming up with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the 1-ball count and the pitch to Kessinger, and a grounder to second. The throw goes over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs go down in order in the 8th. We go down to the bottom of the 8th inning of a 6-6 tie. So Hamilton is going to face at least 2 batters here, but we're going to warm up Britton to face off with all these righties in the middle of the Padres lineup. So bottom of the 8th inning, 6-6 tie. Hamilton facing Brown to lead off for the Padres. Here's a 2-1 count. Hamilton delivering the pitch. And there's a grounder to short. Kessinger comes in to get it. He throws over to first. That's out number 1. Next up is Gonzalez. 1 out, nobody on. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch from Hamilton. And there's a pop-up behind third base. Going back is Santo. Kessinger calls for it, and he makes the play for out number 2. And now Colbert is the batter. He's 1 for 4. Britton is warming. Is he ready to come in? Yeah, he's ready. So what are we going to do? Excuse me. If we bring Britton in, we probably need to do another double switch, which would mean Montreal needs to come in and play shortstop. So Britton is going to come into the number 8 spot and pitch. And Montreal will come in and play short in the number 5 spot. All right. So Britton on the mound now, facing Colbert here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs and nobody on for the Padres. Here's a 1-2 count, and Britton looking to deliver the pitch. Here is the sign, the stretch, and the delivery. And there's strike 3 called. Britton gets the job done. So we go to the top of the 9th now. It's a 6-6 tie in San Diego. Wes Parker is going to lead off for the Cubs here in the top of the 9th inning. 6-6 tie. Cubs looking to break through here. 1 strike count, and Parker pops it up to deep left field. Going back toward the warning track and looking up to make the catch as the left fielder stall for the first out of the inning. So next up is Gosger. He's 2 for 4 with an RBI. Gosger facing Baldschun with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the 2 strike count and the pitch to Gosger. And he's going to swing and miss for strike 3. So that's the second out of the inning. Glenn Beckert now the batter. 2 outs, nobody on. Baldschun facing Beckert. Here comes the pitch. And Beckert pops it up to left center. Coming over is the left fielder Stahl on the run. He makes the catch to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. It is still 6-6 tie. And Britton will face Pagan, Pena, and Davenon here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Britton working with a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. And a grounder to third. Picked up by Santo, thrown over to first, and that's out number 1. Next up is Pena. 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to Pena. Britton looking for the sign and the delivery. And a drive into center field, long run, but the diving play for Gosger to record the out. Nice play by Jim Gosger for the second out of the inning. And now Davenon's the batter. 2 outs and nobody on. Davenon waiting for the first pitch from Britton. And there's a liner over the third baseman's head into left field. That is going to be a single with 2 outs for Davenon. So the winning run is on base for the Padres. And Satriano's the batter. He's 0 for 3 today. Facing Britton with 2 outs. 2 strike count. Britton looking to deliver the pitch. Here it comes. And a pop-up left or right center field. This time the diving play by Gosger again to end the inning. Gosger with 2 amazing defensive plays in the 9th inning. It keeps this game alive for the Cubs. We go to the top of the 10th of a 6-6 tie. So how many pitches has Britton thrown? He's only thrown 12. I believe he's going to be coming back out to work the 10th. Billy Williams leading off for the Cubs here in the top of the 10th inning. Cubs sending Williams, Santo, and Montreal up to bat. Here's a 1 strike count. Williams waiting for the pitch. And a ground ball to short. Picked up, thrown over to first. That is out number 1. Oh, and Baldschun is hurt. They're going to have to take him out of the ball game. So now Billy Mccool is the batter. The new pitcher for the Padres. He has thrown 9 1/3 innings, 14 walks, 6 strikeouts, and an ERA of 13.03. So Mccool faces Santo with 1 out in the top of the 10th inning. Let's see if the Cubs can capitalize on this turn of fortune. Santo is 1 for 3 today. He's waiting for the 3-1 pitch. McCool looking for the sign. And the delivery. Here it comes. And a liner past the third baseman in the left field. That's going to be a single for Santo. He stops at first after a wide turn. And the Cubs have the go-ahead runner on base. And now Montreal is the batter. And we're going to pinch run. Yeah, we're gonna pinch run with Matt Alexander right here. And then he'll stay in the game to play third. So Matt Alexander pinch running. Montreal is up at bat. And we're going to be looking for an opportunity to steal, although Mccool is actually pretty good at holding runners. But Alexander is really fast. So let's see what happens. We're going to start out with a run and hit on the first pitch, see what happens here. Here it comes. The runner goes, the pitch out. They throw down to second. They've got him dead to rights. So that was the second out of the inning. And now the bases are empty and Montreal is still batting. So he is waiting for the full count pitch. Here it comes. That is inside for ball 4. So Montreal draws the walk, and now Randy Hundley is the batter. With 2 outs and 1 man on. Montreal also not exactly a shabby base runner. Hundley facing McCool with 2 outs, 1 man on. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Randy Hundley. Here it comes. And there's a drive, deep right field, going back toward the warning track and making the catch to end the inning. So the Cubs do not score. We go to the bottom of the 10th of a 6-6 tie. Britton is going to face Stahl to lead off for the Padres in the bottom of the 10th inning. Britton working. Here's the first pitch. And a grounder to short. Picked up and thrown over to first. That's going to be out number 1. Next up is Cannizzaro. With 1 out, nobody on. Britton working with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Britton records the first 2 outs quickly. It brings up Brown. 2 outs and nobody on. Britton working. Here's the first pitch to Brown. And there's a grounder to short. Picked up again, thrown over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Padres go down in order. We go to the top of the 11th of a 6-6 tie. Rick Blatt is going to lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 11th inning. Blatt facing McCool with a full count. Here comes the pitch. And there's a drive into deep right field. That's going to be a diving play in right field as Brown flags it down for the first out of the inning. And Brown is injured, but the trainer checks him out and he's going to stay in the ballgame. So Britton now the batter. We're going to stick with Britton. We're going to let him bat. So Britton facing McCool here in the top of the 11th inning. He's going to ground that one up the middle. The shortstop dives, but he cannot make the play. And so the pitcher Britton is going to be safe at first with a infield single. And now Wes Parker is the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Go ahead runner on first. Parker facing McCool from the right side. Here's a 3-0 count and the pitch. And that's way inside. It is ball 4. So Parker drawing the walk. Cubs now have first and second with 1 out, and Gosger is the batter. This is the top of the 11th inning of a 6-6 tie. Gosger facing McCool with the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here is a 1-ball count and the pitch to Gosger. And he's going to pop that one up on the infield. The infield fly rule will be called, and that's the second out of the inning. So next up is Glenn Becker. 2 outs, 2 men on. Cubs trying to score here in the top of the 11th inning. Here's the first pitch to Glenn Becker. And he's going to ground that one right at the shortstop. The throw goes over to second. That'll end the inning. So the Cubs strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Still tied up at 6. Britton coming back out for another inning of relief. He will face the 2, 3, and 4 batters in the Padres lineup. Britton working. Here's the first pitch. And a liner over the third baseman's head into left field. That is going to be a lead-off single. And now Colbert is the batter, and we're going to probably warm up another reliever. I guess we'll warm up Eddie. I mean, if we need somebody to come in, I don't know if that's even a great plan. I mean, honestly, Meyer, no. We're just going to stick with Britton. 2-2 count. Britton's going to have to make this work. There's a grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it. Flips to second, but there's no relay to first. So the Cubs get the lead runner for the first out of the inning. Pagan now the batter. 1 out, 1 man on. Here's a 2-2 count. Britton working to Pagan. And a pop-up to left. Coming in is Billy Williams. He is going to make the catch for out number 2. So next up is Pena. 2 outs, runner on first. Here is the 1 strike count and the pitch to Pena. And there's a pop-up to left once again. Billy Williams coming in toward left center, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Padres strand a runner. We go to the top of the 12th of a 6-6 tie. Excuse me. Billy Williams now made the 2 outs in the previous half inning. Now he leads off for the Cubs here in the top of the 12th. 2-0 count. Williams waiting for the pitch. Mccool looking to deliver. Here it comes. And a grounder to third. Picked up, thrown over to first. That's a routine play for out number 1. Next up is Matt Alexander. He is 1 for 1 on the season with an RBI. He faces Mccool with 1 out and nobody on. 2 strike count. Alexander waiting for the pitch. He's going to ground that one to second. The second baseman has it. Throws over to first for out number 2. And Montreal now batting. 2 outs and nobody on. Mccool facing Montreal with a 1 strike count. And there's a grounder to short. The shortstop, however, bobbles it. And Montreal is going to be safe at first on the error. So the Cubs now with a runner on first, and Randy Hundley is the next batter. 2 outs, 1 man on. Hundley facing Mccool with a full count. Here comes the pitch. Inside for ball 4. So the walk is issued, and the Cubs now have first and second with 2 outs, and Rick Blatt is the batter. Mccool facing Blatt here in the top of the 12th inning. Here's a 2-2 count and the pitch to Blatt. And here it comes. And a pop-up down the right field line. Chasing is the right fielder. He's going to get under it and make the play to end the inning. So the Cubs do not score. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 12th of a 6-6 tie. Britton coming out to work in the bottom of the 12th inning, facing Davenon. Here is the 1-1 count and the pitch from Britton. And there's a grounder to second. Picked up, thrown over to first. That is out number 1. Next up, Britton will face Davis with 1 out, nobody on. First pitch to Davis, Britton delivering. There's a grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it. He throws over to first. That's out number 2. Now the next batter is Stahl. With 2 outs and nobody on base. Bottom of the 12th inning. Britton working with a 1 strike count. Here's the pitch. And a grounder to first. Parker has it. He steps on the base, and that'll end the inning. So the Padres go down in order. We go to the top of the 13th inning of a 6-6 tie. Gosh, I thought the doubleheader was supposed to be tomorrow. So the Padres now bring out a new pitcher, Gary Ross. As the Cubs, Britton is going to be pinch hit for. Let's see here. Felsky is going to be the pinch hitter for the Cubs. And the new pitcher in the next half inning is going to probably have to be Bob Meyer. So Meyer will be warmed up to come out of the bullpen. Ross facing Felsky to lead off for the Cubs here in the top of the 13th inning. Ross has thrown 28 innings, 18 walks, 19 strikeouts, and a 6.43 ERA. Felsky facing Ross, righty versus righty. Here's the first pitch. And Felsky's going to line that one in right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. He stops at first. That'll be a leadoff single for the Cubs. And that's going to mean a pinch runner. Last man off the bench, Herm Hill. He is going to pinch run for Felsky. And we're going to see if we can get this runner to come around and score. So, first pitch. Swinging away. Let's see what Ross does. He fires a fastball for a strike. So Parker takes strike 1 on the fastball, and now we're going to try to steal second on the second pitch. There's a pickoff throw over to first, but nothing doing. Try to steal second again, see what happens. The runner goes, there's a pitch out. The throw goes down to second, and the Padres again throw out the runner for the first out of the inning. Parker now waiting for the 2-1 pitch, and he pops that one up in foul territory. The catcher has it. That's out number 2. Next up is Gosger. 2 outs and nobody on. Ross facing Gosger with a full count. Here comes the pitch. And a grounder to second. The throw goes over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs do not score. We go to the bottom of the 13th of a 6-6 tie. And now Meyer will come over to pitch. We're really only asking him to throw 1 inning here. He's going to start out by facing Cannizzaro here in the bottom of the 13th inning. Here's a 2-strike count and the pitch to Cannizzaro. And there's a check swing, strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. Meyer making his first appearance for the Cubs, getting his first strikeout. Now he's going to face Ollie Brown. First pitch to Brown with 1 out, nobody on base. Meyer delivering. And there's a pop-up in foul territory. The catcher, Hundley, chasing. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Next up, Gonzalez with 2 outs and nobody on. 1 ball count. Gonzalez waiting for the pitch. And he's going to pop that one up to the shortstop. Going out into short left field, the catch is going to be made for out number 3. So we go to the top of the 14th inning. It's still a 6-6 tie. Beckert leading off against Ross here in the top of the 14th. There's a full count, and Glenn Beckert waiting for the pitch. And that is strike 3 called right on the black. So first out of the inning, and it brings up Billy Williams. With 1 out, nobody on. Full count pitch to Billy Williams. Here it comes. That is inside. It's ball 4. So Williams taking the walk. Brings up Matt Alexander. Alexander is batting. He is going to try to lay down a bunt here in the top of the 14th inning. Let's see how this works. With a 1 ball count, he lays down the bunt right back toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He throws to second to get the lead runner for the second out of the inning. So that didn't work very well. So Alexander now is on first. At least he's faster than Billy Williams, I suppose. Montreal, the batter. Let's swing away at the first pitch, see what happens. That one goes all the way to the backstop. So the runner heads down to second, and Cannizzaro has to chase it down. Now Montreal's batting with a runner on second and 2 outs. Maybe we can steal third. Let's see what happens. Ross facing Montreal. Here's the next pitch. And a pop-up, foul territory. That's going to be out of play for strike 1. That was a sinker. And now, are we going to try to steal third? It's very tempting. Let's see if we can steal third with a 1-1 count. The runner doesn't go. The pitch is low for ball 2. That was the curve. So now Montreal is going to be, I think he's going to get a fastball here. We're going to try the run and hit, see what happens. The runner goes. The throw goes down to third, the slide, and that time he's safe. So Alexander steals the base, and now Montreal batting with the go-ahead runner 90 feet away. We're going to switch this back over to 1-pitch mode. 2-2, a full count. That's inside for ball 4. So Montreal draws the walk. He heads down to first, and it brings up Randy Hundley. With runners on the corners and 2 outs, Cubs trying to break this tie. Ross with the pitch, 1-strike count. Here it comes. And a drive into center field. That's going all the way back to the wall. High off the wall in center field. Randy Hundley drives in a run. Rounding third and coming home is a second runner. Randy Hundley is going to slide into third with an RBI triple. I don't know when was the last time Randy Hundley hit a triple, but he is safe and he gives the Cubs an 8-6 lead. So now Blatt is going to face Ross with 2 outs and the runner on third. Here's a full count pitch to Blatt. That is inside for ball 4, and Blatt draws the walk. So that'll bring up the pitcher Meyer. Meyer's going to have to bat for himself because he's going to have to pitch the bottom of the 14th inning. Meyer facing Ross with a 2-1 count. And he lines that one past the third baseman down the left field line. Another run's going to score. Hundley comes home to score. The runner goes to second. What's going on? He's going to circle the bases and score. That's going to be a 2-run RBI double for Meyer, and now the Cubs have a 10-6 lead. The pitcher Meyer helping his own cause, driving in 2 more runs, and now Wes Parker's the batter. 2 outs, runner on second. 3-0 count. Parker waiting for the pitch. Here it comes. Outside for ball 4. Parker draws the walk. He heads down to first, and it brings up Gosger with 2 men on and 2 out in the top of the 14th inning. Here's a 2-2 count, and there's a pop-up on the infield. This should end the inning. The shortstop calls for it, and he makes the catch, but not before 4 runs score, and the Cubs take a 10-6 lead in the bottom of the 14th inning. It's time for the second stretch here in the middle of the 14th, and now Meyer is going to face Colbert, Pagan, and Pena here in the bottom of the 14th inning. Meyer working. Here's the pitch. Liner down the right field line. That's going to be a leadoff single. Cutting it off is the right fielder, Blatt, and he gets it back into the cutoff man. Pagan now the batter. Runner on first, nobody out. Here comes the pitch, and there's a drive to center field. Gosger chasing. He's going to come up with it for the first out of the inning. Meyer now facing Pena with 1 out and a runner on first. Here's the 1-ball count and the pitch. Grounder to second. The throw to short, the relay to first, and there's a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. The Cubs win this game 10-6 in 14 innings. The Cubs getting 10 runs on 14 hits with no errors. The Padres 6 runs on 13 hits with 1 error. The player of today's game is the Cubs' Don Kessinger. He is going to have a pretty impressive day. He went 3 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBIs in this ball game. The Cubs' Rick Meyer threw 2 innings of relief and earned the win. He goes to 1-0. While the Padres' Ross drops to 0-4. He went 2 innings, allowed 3 hits and 4 runs and 4 walks, and gets his 4th loss of the season. Jim Gosger sets the Cubs' regular season extra inning record with 8 at-bats in a ballgame, and Baldwin was injured while pitching. It says he's day-to-day with a finger blister. So, the Cubs are victorious. They improved to 21-23, while the Padres dropped to 7-37. Thank you for watching 1969 Baseball.